Hello, and welcome back to Crochet at my house. So I do have some crochet today and some other stuff. So I'm going to start with a few finished things. They're not big, but I have finished them. I also started something and I've been working on something. So first, ages and ages ago, I was making bunting to go along with the library where I am. They were making bunting for when it reopened, and I joined in. I decided to make some bunting, and I was making these different buntings by Annika Nilsson, and I made almost all of them except for this one. This one is December, so they were all the different months. If you go back, you will probably see them. And you may see them again when I string them all together, but I finally made December's. It's right here. It was quite fun to make. I did change up the colours a little. For instance, here was a red star. I made it yellow. I decided it being red looked a little bit too much like a starfish, but yeah, I really like how it's turned out. I like this edge. And of course, just like everything else, I will take a picture of the different things so that you can see them without them moving and with the best lighting possible. The next thing I made was this square. This is from this. So it was Simply Crochet and it was their 100th issue. And it came with this 100 square book, so it's got a whole bunch of different squares in it, and I decided to make one. I may make another out of here, but what I made it for was there's another channel which is Chronically Crocheting, and she's collecting squares right now to make a cardigan and possibly a blanket, and I decided I really wanted to make her something because I really like her channel and I talk to her off and on and we get along quite well because we understand each other very well, and so I decided to make her something. So this here is the Tudor square, the Tudor rose square. Yeah, so this is the flower, and I was also thinking while making this, if you take off this background piece, so if you got rid of that and you just had the flower, it would make a really nice Christmas ornament as well. So yeah, it's a really pretty square. Yeah, there's not much else I can say about it. It's finished. That's what else I can say. Now the next thing that I have finished is a part. It's a part that I finished. Here is a little tiny sheep. Now if you don't know, I have been making an advent calendar. Now everything will be linked down below and everything, so you'll be able to look them up and everything. But I have been making the small parts, and I have made one of the sheep so far. It has this cute little tilted head. I can straighten it up, it can be straight, but I think it looks so cute with its little head tilted. It's like, what? What are you interested in? What are you saying to me, kind of thing? Like when a dog does it, it's really cute. So this is the sheep. We're supposed to make 3, so I'm going to be making some more, but I think I might make the other sheep different colours, rather than them all just being white. So I thought that might be fun. I do have some things I worked on and some stuff I started. So I'll start with the thing that I've been working on. you've probably seen a couple of times recently, so I've been working on it. Here it is. This is the Call the Midwife blanket, also known as the block shawl, because that's what it was originally called. And I've been making it. It's just going to be sitting on the back of our sofa, but that's how wide it is so far. And I've only got one ball of each, but I think I will manage to get 3 stripes out of each colour. So it's going to be a fairly decent size, and it's only tying on the sofa anyway. And then I think I might use white possibly to make the edge, and that'll be that. I really like it. It's really simple, so if you're looking for something that you can do that doesn't take a whole lot of focus, this is a good one. It's lots of repeating pattern and simple, easy stitches. So it's a nice sit and watch the TV kind of thing. Now the next things are things I started. So this here is August's mile a minute, which is what Jayda's doing. She's doing mile a minute crochet along thing. So each month she puts out a video for each mile a minute. And I've also been putting it with Judy, which piece crafts? Something like that. Anyway, she's been doing a crochet along as well, but it's about birthstones, the colours. And we were to pick our own patterns. It's just you have to make sure you do 8 rows of whatever it is. So I was doing mile a minute along with it, and I can't remember. It was some sort of gemstone anyway. It was, you could use greens, brown or yellow, and I picked this yellow, which is actually Stylecraft Sunshine, because I have the ball red. It's a really, really bright yellow, and I really like it, and the stitch is really quite pretty. It's a little flower. I will take pictures of that to show it. It's a really fun pattern. I will say though, it took me a moment to figure it out, because you want to have only one hole in the middle, which means this one here you need to kind of make the top of that stitch tight-ish, but it's easy enough once you realise where the hole needs to be. And as you can see, I haven't done lots of it yet. I only started it last night, so I haven't been working on it long. And I almost forgot, I also started making this chicken. Isn't that cute? It's got the little comb and its wee beak, and these solid black eyeballs. And this is actually a very pale yellow, which is not showing up too well on here. I have the pattern. Here's the pattern, which is Coco La Galina. Anyway, this is the pattern. I will link it below, just like everything else. I haven't finished yet. I've still got the wings and the tail to do, but I've done the rest, and I think it's really cute. And as you can kind of see, I have used bigger eyes. I kind of like the bigger eyes. I think it looks really cute with big eyes. But if you wanted to make it and you wanted the small eyes, then you do you. I just thought it looked really cute. That's it. I have a big yarn haul this time. So first up are these really, really big balls of yarn. And this yarn is called Sea Spray, that's the colour. It's a bonus Hayfield Iron Tweed, and it's a blend. It has 74% acrylic, 20% wool, 6% viscose. That's what it looks like. It has flecks of orange, dark brown, light brown, and sort of a cream colour for it. And its main colour is kind of a light tealy colour. So that's the first yarns that I have. So all the yarn that I got, more or less, is for projects that are coming up. Because I mentioned last week, I think, that I'll be starting on Christmas gifts soon. And to do some of the gifts I wanted to make, I had to get a few specific colours. So that's what I've been doing. And yeah, these are for a big project. The next one I have is Glitz and Glam DK. Its colour is yellow. And it's 97% acrylic and 3% lyrics. So it's a really nice bright yellow, and it has silver sparkle running through it. I'm just going to pop them down there and get the rest, which most of it is in spec. I got quite a lot of yarn. So the next yarns I've got are Patton's Fab DK. So this is basically just a basic DK acrylic yarn. It doesn't have colour names, just shade numbers. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it apart from it is quite nice yarn, but kind of basic stuff. So this is purple. It's showing up a bit more blue than it actually is, so I will take a picture of this one. But that's the first one, and I've got 6 of them because at the range you get 6 for £10. So this is the next one, which is a really nice bright yellow. We also have this really nice bright pink colour here. And I have this, which is sort of a tan colour. It's nice as well. It's quite pale. It's a nice colour. And I have some white. And this isn't really as specific as everything else. I just use a lot of white, so I grabbed the white to go with the colours I picked up. And the last one I have is this, which is kind of a petrol blue. And I think it's showing up really nice colour wise. So that's all the Fab DK. Next I have a little ball, which is a Knitcraft Hobbycraft yarn, which is Everyday DK. It's 100% acrylic and it's called Light Blue. It's only 50-gram ball, but it's enough for what I need it for, so I had to get it. The next things are of a yarn I've spoke about on here before. This is Women's Institute yarn. I got 3. So I got 2 grey and I got a green. And that's what they're called. Grey and green. Very creative names. They're also 100% acrylic. Yeah. They're not really showing up so well. They've got kind of a bluish tint to them. So I will take pictures of those as well. The last yarn in the bag that I've got is Baby Brilliance, which is also a Knitcraft yarn. It's DK. Its colour is a light teal, and it is 75% acrylic, 20% polyamide, and 5% polyester. It's a nice teal with a really pretty teal sparkle. It's not often you get a sparkle that matches. It's kind of the petrol sparkle that they've used, but because it's got blue underneath it, mostly it's showing blue. It does show a little bit of green as well, and pink and purple, but because of it being on blue, it's showing up the blue mainly, well, the teal colour. And the last yarn I have is right here. This is print yarn. It's 100% acrylic. It doesn't have a colour name. It's a Crafty Things yarn. Basically, it's a cheap yarn that I really like the colour of, because that is just so pretty. And so I really wanted it. But it doesn't really have a project yet. It will have a project at some point, but right now it's just a very pretty yarn. So I'm just going to toss most of this yarn back in the big bag so I can show the last couple of things I got. So I have a couple of craft things left. Starting off with little bag of safety eyes. I've used one set already. Basically, I have a few small things that I'm going to be making that need eyes, and so I got some eyes. I don't have many other things, but I'll do more amigurumi, of course, at some point. It's just thought I'd get these ones out of the way, and I can ask for more eyes later. So the next things I have are cross-stitch patterns. The first one is here, which is a Christmas tree. It has 3 presents in sort of teal, red and green, and it has a star and some balls. Now, I really love Christmas trees, so I really like this one, and I'm going to be using them for card ones. So it comes with all the things you need to do it. It just doesn't come with the cards, but I have some card bases with the hole cut out sitting, so I'm going to be using those. The next one is the caravan. Do a parallel bearings about the glare. So it's a caravan. They've decorated this little Christmas tree, and then there's some lights along it. There's a little wreath here, and then I think a star in the window. So that's really pretty. And the very last supply I got is right here. This is a big tub of sequins. Now, I don't use sequins very much, but I was making something, which I think I showed last week. I haven't worked on it since then, but it uses sequins, and I wanted to make some more, so I have some sequins. They're just different shades of pink. Now, the last things I got are no way craft related. I just wanted them. So the first thing is I got a pack of Uno cards. Now, you may know, because I talk about playing games with my sister and things pretty often, that I really like to play Uno. So when I found out about these, I really wanted them. So it was for their 50th anniversary, and they made 5 different ones for different years, like times. So this one was for the 90s, which, if you don't know, that's when I was born. I was from back then, so I'm a 90s kid, and I really like these. And their colours are really nice. There's a yellow colour, teal, pink, and a sort of purple. Really love them. They are perfect. They're just basic, so no new rules or anything needed. The next thing I got is this tiny little Monopoly thing by Hasbro. Now, they have made, I think, think it's 8 different ones, and they're keychain games. And they all come in this little box size with a band around them. And there was a couple of different ones. There was 2 Monopolies, which I think I might like to get the other Monopoly. It's the gold Monopoly. There was Cluedo, Guess Who. There was a couple of different ones. So I would say there are 2 good things, well, a couple of good things actually. First of all, if you really like collecting tiny things, then these are good for that because they're small, and so you could use them for like props with dolls, or just if you like tiny things, you could just leave them sitting with all of your other tiny things. Another thing is, if you were wanting to try out a game, like a board game that's sitting there that you haven't necessarily played, like say Monopoly. I think I maybe played Monopoly once upon a time, long time ago, but I couldn't remember and I wasn't sure if I want to play it. So I thought getting a tiny set would be great so I could have a go at it. The other thing is this being so tiny, although you may lose pieces along the way, it would be really great for traveling about, like if you were camping or something and you really wanted to take a couple of games with you, but you didn't necessarily have lots of room. You'd have enough room for this because it's so tiny, it could fit in your pocket, basically. And so it does have these pieces, so and this is where the little houses pop out. This is the red ones, and then this is the green ones. So they're just flat houses, but they work just fine. Yeah, and you don't have to keep these bits. I kept them to show you what it kind of works out as. So they have these little sheets. As for all the cards, money, etc., it's paper. And for the cards and money, they're all attached together, but they're perforated so you can take them away from each other. Or you could probably use scissors along it. I kind of ripped along the perforation, but I did use scissors a couple of times because some bits didn't want to do the perforation thing, but otherwise it was really easy. Oh, and it does come with a big old sheet of instructions, which is seriously long, like really wide. Unless you're planning on giving this to somebody else later on or whatever that speaks another language, I would suggest just cutting off the rest of the instructions. So I have kept all the English instructions, which end here, and I've left this piece just to give the piece of paper structure. But yeah, I just cut off the instructions in the language I need, so it's much smaller and won't take up as much room in the box. Because if you have the whole instructions, it gets really difficult to get everything back in and closed. So that's what I did. That's what I would recommend. So that is everything for this week. I guess my question this time will be, do you like tiny things? Random, but there we go. Do you like random tiny things? So remember, and comment, like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for notifications every time I put up a video. Yeah.